Hello, crafty friends. Thank you so much for joining me again. On Friday, I received finally my deluxe CABOODLE kit from Spellbinders, and today I'm gonna play with a few of the kits. So I'm gonna use the the stencil of the month, the large die of the month, and the small die of the month, and they are called Summertime Graphic, Summertime Vacay, and Summertime Wade Pool. And I'm gonna make a couple of cards with them. As usual, I'm gonna start with a bit of ink blending. I'm gonna create a background for my cards. And because I come from Sardinia, that is a lovely island with crystal clear water, I decided to use the color that I grew up with. So for the water, I'm going to use Peacock Feather and Mermaid Lagoon. And for the sky, I'm going to use Tumble Glass and Salty Water. Using a piece of scrap paper, I'll just create a bit of a mask just to separate very easily in my panel into. I'm using a watercolor cardstock, so it's going to be a nice blending. And the panel is slightly larger over A2 cards, and I'm gonna remember to trim it later, hopefully. Let's see, start with my pick of feather. I love this. I think it's one of my favorite. This color, this teal, beautiful green. And at the bottom, I'm gonna put some Mermaid Lagoon, just to create a bit of variation. And very simple and very quick. I'm gonna do ink blend between the two. I'm not gonna be too precise because we're talking about water, so it's not gonna be absolutely perfect the color, but it's gonna have some um, splashes, let's say. And for the sky, I'm just gonna start with the tumble glass at the bottom. I'm gonna use the same brush, so I'm just gonna remove the excess of the color I had before with the cloth, and very lightly, starting from the bottom, I'm gonna put my tumble glass color. I want to give a nice summertime sky that unfortunately is not here today. Here in London we got a grey rainy day today with the sun coming up from time to time. Now to give a bit of variation on the sky as well, I'm just gonna put some salty ocean, sorry, as a color that is a slightly darker blue. And again, I'm not gonna be perfect because I want it to look more a natural sky. And once that is done, I'm just gonna remove it, put it on the side, and go ahead with the rest of my card. As I wasn't sure which color use for my floats, I decided to cut different ones. And I'm gonna use the turtle float. There are two types on the kit, a turtle and a duck. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of ink blending using the ink already on my brush. So very light, just to give a bit of dimension, but very quickly. I'm just gonna put some color on the float, on the head, and the fin, and even the tail on my little float. And now I'm just gonna build it together using some liquid glue and my squeeze bottle. I'm just gonna adhere all the various elements, and look how cute already looks. Oh my gosh, another very cute die set. Just a tiny bit of glue, not much. And now a little bit for the tail. And my little float is done. How cute is that? On the back, I'm just gonna attach a little tiny bit of black cardstock so so the eye is more visible. And I'm just gonna start already to put some um, foam square at the back, ready to be attached later. And just few will be enough. And how cute is that? Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. I decided to give a bit of color to my other die cut, so the chair is gonna be uh, brown because it's gonna be wood. I die cut in wood color, but I didn't really like it. It was a bit too dark, so I decided just to add a bit of color from my brush. I think he had vintage photo in it, and I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to my sand. Now, because I wanted in my fabric in I want it in kind of peach color, but it's too similar to the wood, so I just went with my brush that has got some yellow in it, and then with the pink just to give a stronger peach color. So I think just to make it pop against the chair a bit more. Yeah, I think it came out nice. I did like the result in the end. So as I say, I die cut in brown before, but it was too dark. So now I'm just gonna use that for to straighten a bit my die cut. So I'm gonna add a bit of glue at the back of my color one and just gonna pop it on top. I do enjoy assembling my little pieces together. There you go. Now we got a more strong chair frame, chair frame, and now time to attach the fabric. Those styles are very clever. They really look realistic and they're so much fun to put together. There you go. Now just the details for I die cut in white. Nice, fancy, stripy um, chair. And now time to assemble my umbrella. Just gluing the various pieces. I went for again some peach colors. And I'm not sure which color that I know that the lightest one is berry peach, but the others I'm afraid I don't know because I buy my cardstock in color and then I mean in bulk and then I from different suppliers and then I just keep all my scraps together, so I'm not sure where they come from. I always try to use the scrap when I can. Now I'm attaching my little island. That is just it's just a bit of sand at the end of a beach, basically. Really good. Just trying to see where to position my various element. And yeah, time to glue the ripples of the water. How do you call it? The little ripples, yeah? I think so. And just a bit of glue everywhere, and I just press it down. I'll keep it for a few seconds with my finger, and then after that I just cut the excesses with some long scissors. And now I decide I want a little beach ball. So I'm using the stencil and I'm create a panel because I'm gonna use the panel for a bonus card after. And I'm using very light handed pink, that is picked raspberry, and wild honey, again quite light, and I want very, very soft colors. And now I'm using a circle, a die circle, just to attach, sorry, just to die cut one of the balloons. I die cut it from the center because I want to use the panel, and the center is going to be covered, so try very gently to detach the things. Now my circle was a bit larger than the balloon, so I just, in the end, fussy cut it. And time to assemble my whole scene, a bit of cloud, that they come in the kit. They're very, very soft, cute little fluffy clouds. There you go, and a couple of another one down there, just to give a bit more dimension. Time to glue my parasol umbrella and beach umbrella. Oh, it's a bit too wonky, so let's, yeah, that's it. It's better. I need to have a bit of space for my sentiment in the sky, so I die cut this one, and then I realized there's a bit, I forgot to trim it in the size I wanted, so I'm I'm attaching the chair, and then at this point I realize, oh, wait a second, it's a bit too big for my card. I need to trim it. I think yeah, I'm just seeing now this where to put things. I'm just gonna glue it directly on my panel. Again, before realizing that I had to trim my, I had to trim it. I just, in the zone, just gluing away and sticking things down, having fun. And then I realized, oh, I need to cut that. So I did cut it now, I did trim it. It's slightly smaller than A2 card. And I can carry on attaching my sentiment and my little float. Just a bit of glue for my sentiment. That is quiet. I didn't double up. Usually I double up, but I didn't this time because I use a very thick cardstock, so it's got a lot of dimension already. And I left it very simple in white. Now a bit of glue behind my day, and I'm gonna position it just under the chill, and that's it. I think I went straight. Yep, I did. And now I'm gonna attach my panel to my card base. That is gonna leave a tiny quarter-inch border. There you go. And that's it. And the card, oh no, it's not done yet. I need to add a bit of a light on my float because it's supposed to be plastic, so it's supposed to be shiny. So I'm just gonna add a couple of lines with my white gel pen. And I had a little bit on my ball as well, beach ball, but it doesn't really show because the color a bit too light. And that's it. And the card is done. Now, for my bonus card, I'm gonna use one of these circle cut it with the flute circle from Spellbinders, quite a old set. And sorry, I'm gonna attach my panel to my card. Now the card is not A2 size; it's slightly bigger, but it was perfect for my panel, so I left it as it was. And then using the super cute free die set that came with the kit. And for a sentiment, I'm using one from last month that say you're sweet to the core. And I'm gonna use a little bubble, what do you call it? Wobbles that I purchased online. I wanted to try them, and finally I purchased them, and they're super fun. Just put one behind my little watermelon, and that's it. And the other card is done as well. So very simple cards in the end, and but quite fun. I love it. I can't stop doing this. I can't wait to give it to one of my friends. And that's it. And this card as well is done. Here together with my previous card. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me again. Have a lovely rest of the weekend and see you next time. Bye.